This morning we heard from Dan Crenshaw. He's a Knoxville Police Department fingerprint expert, and his testimony was very painful for the Knoxville Police Department. It was one of the few missteps that they made in this entire investigation. What Dan Crenshaw testified to was that the key to solving the mystery of Shannon's disappearance actually laid in police custody for several hours before they processed it and found a fingerprint that led to the house on Chipman Street where Channon was ultimately found. However, even after that identification was made, KPD did not immediately respond, so we essentially had a 24-hour plus delay in going to look for her. And autopsy results show that Channon probably was dead by the time that that piece of evidence was even recovered by police. Most of the morning witnesses focused on crime scene evidence and evidence that was found in the Chipman Street house. Jurors saw a video that was made by Joe Cox, who works for the Knoxville Police Department, which showed the house after Shannon's body was discovered. The house was in disarray. There was lots of clothes strewn around. There were bullets. And then, of course, the really chilling scene of the trash can itself with just a flash of Shannon's arm showing. It was very upsetting to the family.
Let's get to take a look at that, and I'm going to ask you if you recognize what 366 is.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a gun.
Have you seen it before?
Yes.
Where have you seen it?
When I was in Knoxville.
Do you recall who had it?
Yes.
Who had it?
Letalvis.
Do you know how he came in possession of the gun?
His brother.
How do you know that? Is that something somebody told you, or?
His brother gave him the choice of two guns.
And he picked this chrome revolver?
Yes.
Now, how do you know that he gave him this choice to pick between the two guns?
He told me.
Who did?
Rome.
Rome told you that?
Yes.
You recall when he told you that?
No.
Okay.
This afternoon, jurors heard from what could be called Scumbag Alley. We had all kinds of witnesses who were drug users, drug dealers, who knew things that they didn't tell police that could have assisted in this investigation, or who actively took steps to help these suspects and have yet to be charged.
What's this statement again you're telling us now that Rome made to you with the word bitch in it? Tell us that again.
My brother was doing some crazy and I think he said he was scared of him or something, and I was like, what you mean crazy? And he said he had some and threw her in a trash can, and he was just acting crazy and he was scared of him.
The lead witness, or the most important witness this afternoon, was Daphne Sutton. She is the girlfriend of suspect Lamarcus Davidson. It is Davidson's brother, Letalvis Cobbins, who is on trial now. What Miss Sutton was able to do was to put Davidson, Cobbins, his girlfriend Vanessa Coleman, and his buddy George Thomas in the Chipman Street house while Channon was in that trash can. And after Chris's body was discovered.
I guess you get the news, you hear the news about a body being found.
Yes.
When you heard that information, what did you then do?
I called Marcus and asked him what was going on because it was right in front of our house.
Okay.
And I asked if he was okay, if he knew what happened.
And you can't tell us what he
Okay.
said because that's going to be hearsay.
Okay.
But you had a conversation with him.
Yes.
After talking with him, did you make plans to go back to the house?
Yes.
And what was the purpose in going back to the house?
He said he had clothes to give me that he got for me, and I had makeup still in the house.
Okay, so your intention to go back to the house was to get clothes and makeup.
Yes.
When you pull up to the house, what do you see?
I saw Lamarcus standing in like the sunroom, and the front door was open, and then we kept a blanket over the door going into the living room, and it was pulled back.
You see anybody else?
I saw Letalvis sitting in a chair beside the kitchen door, and he really didn't speak to me. He just had his head down, twiddling his thumbs or something. He didn't speak, and he always spoke to me.
So you go into the north bedroom?
Yes,
And why are you going in the north bedroom?
to go into the bathroom to try to get my belongings.
Okay. Where's Mr. Davidson at when you try to go into the bedroom?
He started following me through there, and I got to the bathroom door, and it was locked. And I asked him if Vanessa was in there.
Okay. You can't tell us what he said,
Yeah.
okay? But you tried to get into the bathroom right here?
Yeah, I assumed Vanessa was in there. I could hear water running, and it sounded like something fell into the sink or something. But I didn't hear anybody speak.
And were you able to get into the bathroom?
No.
What did you do then?
I tried to go around through the kitchen, through the other bedroom to go into the bathroom.
Okay.
And he grabbed me, wouldn't let me go back there.
Okay. Where was Mr. Cobbins at?
He was still sitting in the chair.
When Mr. Davidson prevented you from going into the kitchen, what did you then do?
We walked back towards the porch, and that's when he gave me the clothes
And what were they in?
a Sears bag.
Okay.
And he tried to give me money. I didn't take the money, and that's when I left.
Okay.
And the clothes that Mr. Davidson gave to you, you discovered once you opened up the Sears bag, they weren't new clothes, correct?
Yes.
And they certainly hadn't been purchased at West Town Mall that day or the day before, had they?
No.
And in fact, you now know they belonged to Miss Christian, don't you?
Yes.
So wherever that ring came from, Mr. Davidson was giving Miss Christian's property to you Sunday afternoon, January the 7th, 2007, correct?
Yes.
You need a minute?